Welcome to a guide on how to speedrun the Leviathan raid. At the time of recording, the world record is 13:49 by Team Fatballs. Some clips in this video have been sped up. All original clips and perspectives used in this video have been linked in the description. With current strats, the best rotation to run Levy is Gauntlet, Dogs, Bars. This rotation occurs once every 6 weeks. Here are all the ones for 2020. Entrance. All players' loadout should include a lightweight weapon, 100 mobility, top or middle tree dawnblade, and a wordline. 2 of your players should take this out of bounds route to set up for the gauntlet. The reason for this will be explained shortly. The other 4 should take the normal route to the gauntlet elevator. I suggest 1 or 2 players, who are consistently faster, pull the gauntlet elevator by jumping up with either middle tree or top tree dawnblade grenades. This will also allow the gauntlet to be started faster, with the players being able to step on the plates quickly. All players should practice their routes as much as possible, as this is a part of the raid that you'll be doing the most. Gauntlet. The Gauntlet Encounter is by far the hardest and will take the most time to perfect, so don't be worried if it takes a while to get right. For the inbound players, loadout should include Delirium, Arbalest, and a 720 RPM auto, or alternatively Delirium, Jotun, and Mountaintop. All players should have Astrocyte Verse. For the out-of-bounds players, they should have Wordline and Astrocyte Verse. For the out-of-bounds players, they want to stay on these trash cans here and jump to avoid joining allies. These players should blink or floatinate up as soon as the ad waves spawn, making sure to jump over the purple smoke death barrier and run to each of the runner's gates. Stay at the runner's gates until they start running, then back down to the trash cans again. Rinse and repeat for all 3 runs. The reason to do this is that it opens the runner's gates a second or 2 faster than normal, and doesn't require both runners to pick up instantly for the gates to start ticking down. For the final run, the players should wait until a second or 2 before the orbs spawn to blink up.
Come up.
Then run to the dog gate to start the final run. Once the gate is down, go back to the trash cans to wait for the call to go to the Dogs Encounter. For the players doing the gauntlet, they must do it 4-man as fast as possible. Ad clear works as normal, kill all the ads, then the major as fast as possible. The players clearing dog and cut will pick up the orb to run. If you're struggling with the running part,
Shoot dog, no.
I suggest you watch this video by Turtle, which will be linked in the description, and study the runners in the current world record run, also in the description. The players on Sun and Axes follow the runners around, shooting their gates quickly so as not to make the runners wait, while also managing the bubble scions and their projections. One strat for this is to try and shoot the bubble scions as they spawn, which has a chance at killing them. Then shooting the projections if they spawn. Another way to do it is to use Jotun to pre-fire the scions, guaranteeing the kill. Make sure not to kill any scions at the same time as the next ad wave starts. This will cause the psionic projections to keep spawning until the next scion is killed in that position, which, while not a run killer, makes it a lot more difficult to manage. For the final round, one player does the parts glitch by making their super run out at the same time as they grab the orb. This will let them worldline in the gauntlet. This player will go through the first, second, and third gates. One other player will grab the 4th gate, and then blink to the finish, while the other 2 wait at the finish line and dunk immediately. The final player to get teleported out will communicate to the OOB players when to leave, usually a second or 2 after they get teleported out.
Go.
Dogs. For loadouts, players should be using Top Tree Nova Bomb, Scatter Grenade, the Emperor's Balance mod, the Embrace Largesse mod, and Tractor Cannon or Worldline. The players clearing ads should not use a shotgun, because it can bug out and may just take more shots to kill than necessary. To get to dogs, the two players who are out of bounds at Gauntlet will use this route. One player will ad clear the left side and another will ad clear the right side. After clearing the left, tree side, the player will grab the nut and wait by the rally flag. The right side player will be slower, so they will blink up and grab the other nut. As this player grabs his nut, the first player should place a rally flag. If it works correctly, the encounter should start and the rally flag should stay there. This is the most inconsistent part of the run and a big run killer. Even if everything works out perfectly, as far as we know right now, getting the rally flag to stay is random. After the mid-encounter rally is placed, the dog should be alerted and players should kill the dogs as fast as possible. There are many different ways to do this and your team should try to figure out what works for you. I'll try to give a short explanation of how it is done in the current record. Firstly, after Ziggy picks up his nut to start the encounter, he runs over to R2, where the R3 dog drops down. He tractors that to keep it in place. He then tractors R2 as well, to keep them both in the corner, then damages them, and Granger comes in with another Nova Bomb to finish them off. After placing the mid-encounter rally, Flux alerts L1 as quickly as possible, then tractors the tree's dog for Claw. Then he goes back to kill the L1 dog. Claw rallies the flag, then kills the tree's dog. Eva Nova Bombs rallies, then Nova Bombs again on the R1 dog. I go to the L3 dog, tractor, and kill it. After all dogs are dead, players should have 25 plus sword ammo in order to transition to baths quickly. Baths. From dogs, one player will be taking this route to get to the out of bounds at baths. This is so they can get to Calus very quickly. Practicing this route is highly advised, as you can join allies if you're not fast enough. The other players should take this route through Drain to baths. Practicing this route is also advised, as if even one player is behind, you can lose time. Once you reach baths, players should stand on the plates based in the order they arrived. First bottom left, then top left, middle, bottom right, and top right. For loadouts for the players doing baths, 3 of them must be on Chaos Reach. The other 2 can be whatever, but it is recommended for them to use Top Tree Dawnblade for faster transitions. The 3 Chaos Reach players need Nezarec Sin, Emperor's Shockmud, and Geomag Stabilizers to get their super and deal more damage to the lanterns. Baths is done as normally with 5 players rotating between the plates and making sure the plates are always stood on. The plates take around 1 minute and 25 seconds to lock. After they are locked, the players Chaos Reaching stand on the middle plate and start shooting around when the lanterns are open in order to kill them as fast as possible. The other 2 players should be clearing the ads, specifically the Scions, so they don't boop the players in the middle. If everything goes correctly, while killing the lanterns, the player out of bounds should be leaving right as the Chaos Reaches are cast. In a perfect scenario, the player out of bounds should be almost joining allies by the time the lanterns are dead. After the lanterns are dead, all 5 players should leave the fire team and wait to join back. The player out of bounds will do this skip here. Practicing this route a lot is highly advised. In order to not die to the first loading zone during the skip, you can Alt-Tab, which drops your FPS to 30. After the players reach Calus, they call for the other player to join. The timer is paused at the end of the Calus cutscene in order to prevent hardware from giving an unfair advantage. The players spawn in the throne room and wait for all players to spawn in. Then, the skip player starts the encounter, and the join players are allowed to move. Calus. For loadouts, the Skulls player will be using Cerberus +1, Delirium, and the Well of Radiance for orbs and skulls. Everyone else should be using the Top Tree Nova Bomb, Emperor's Balance mod, Nezarec Sin. You have 4 players on Izanagi's Burden and 1 player on Divinity, and everyone should be using an 150 RPM spike grenade launcher with backup mag. Calus is done pretty simply. Clear ads as fast as possible to start. Make sure the 2 players that in Void that aren't getting skulls stand where they want their revives to appear. Then 3 players with swords skate into the orbs in order to progress the encounter as fast as possible. Then play Calus normally, but ensure everyone has a Nova Bomb except for the 1 player doing skulls. After all the ads in Void are dead, all players but 1 staying alive and thrown and 1 player doing skulls must die, making sure all reses are closer to each other. The player in Void calls when there are around 15 skulls.
Res.
Then the player alive and thrown starts reviving. Once the skulls reach around 52 to 55, 1 player starts divinitying Calus' shield, and then all players throw their Nova Bombs. This is so that it skips the animation of Calus breaking down, saving time on the kill. After that, you can grab Striking Hand from the dogs, then head back to the plate to finish Calus' off. The way Calus' final stand shield works is on a frame rule system. The game checks every 9 or so seconds to see if Calus is dead. That means if you kill within one of these frame rules, the shield will pop up at the same time. However, if you kill even slightly too slow, you'll have to wait the full 8 to 9 seconds for the next frame rule for the shield to come up. And that concludes my guide on how to speedrun the Leviathan raid. All clips used in this video will be linked in the description and their creators credited. This guide took a lot of work, so any support you can give would be appreciated. Happy speedrunning, Guardians!